Hi guys, Ian from the Football Boots team, and today we're making a custom for Mo Salah. Hopefully soon you see Adidas make a Mo Salah custom boot. Would be awesome in the X18. Today we're looking at the X17. He's been scoring goals in all season, and I'm going to be making a Liverpool and Egypt inspired custom. This boot is going to go red. We're going to put a Salah customization of his celebration on it. Might even put the European Cup on it. So stay tuned, let's do the custom. Right, so the first thing we're going to look at doing is getting some tape, and I'm going to do that just to protect the sole plate whilst we do the upper. Got my instructions here about how we're going to go about making this. You guys can get a little bit of an idea of what we're going to do. Obviously this is the Salah custom, and I've got all my things that I need here, a little Champions League trophy, and we'll try and get a little nod to that on the boot as well. So first thing, as I say, let's tape it up. So I am going to spray this sole plate, but for now let's tape it up to protect it, and because I'm going to spray it, it doesn't have to be super accurate. Alright, great. And because I'm going to do a half and half fade, I want to make sure that none of the permanent paint that I'm going to put on gets onto this half of the upper. So for now I'm just going to tape over that, and we'll be able to peel that off in a bit. Alright, so we're good to go. Let's get the red on the front here to get started. Alright, for this bit we're going to try and put some red on the front. I am going to use this red, Fire Red from Angelus Paints. I'm also going to use this, which is a Preble sprayer. Once you open the box you get this, and generally you take it and you put it with the jar, you connect it onto the top, you give it a little twist around, get it on the top, and you just spray it, and out it comes. That's just water. We're going to do it with paint next. And instead of doing it in this massive jar, I'm just going to take a bit of my paint, put it into this cap, put a bit of thinner in with it as well, and we'll see how this goes down. And then we're going to head outside and cross our fingers that this runs through my sprayer correctly. If it doesn't work, I might just paint it on with this brush, but let's test the sprayer concept first because I'm going to need it for doing the yellow. See the red come out? Alright, so we're back. The red has had a chance to dry. I'm just going to put the red away, and then we're going to peel this off, and we'll have a look at this, and then we're going to go straight into putting the yellow on the upper. Just get rid of this tape that we don't need. Alright, so that's come off pretty well. We don't need that anymore. Check that out. You got this kind of half-half design. What do you guys think about that? Like a red toe. I quite like this little fade with the red to white round here. You could touch it up, but actually I'm quite a fan of that, so we'll stick with that. Now we're going to get the yellow on. I will put just a little bit of tape over the 3 stripes here just to protect those from that, because we're going to paint those a different colour later. Alright, so let's tape up this area. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so time to spray. I'm going to cover this bit with my hand to try and not get too much yellow over the top. We want a little bit of crossfade anyway, so maybe up to like here. We are ready to go. So to start making up the red to yellow, I'm going to use this ultra thermal dust, solar color dust. I've also got some neutral, and I'm just going to open this packet and get myself something out to pull it out. This is what we're going to put it into. First off, I'm going to take a bit of my neutral, and I'm going to pour that into here. So we'll open up this bag, and the more I put in, the stronger the colour change effect will be. I'll get this to go in without falling on the table. So right now it looks like red, but when we put heat on it, it's going to change to yellow. Maybe we should just go test that, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so I've got the hairdryer. We're going to turn this on. What do you guys think about that? Alright, now we need to add a little bit of the tooth in just so it's going to spray out better. And then I think we're ready to head outside and we'll try spraying this on. Alright, so it's time to get Salah on the top of the toe box. I'm going to cut out this. And this is going to help me put him on here. So yeah, he's going to end up on the front here. So the trick really is to just cut this out. Okay, so we are going to attach this on the toe box right here, and I'm going to paint over it. I'm just going to use this as a template for now. Got some little bits of tape that I'm just going to use to hold him in place. I don't want to pull paint off the upper with too much. Alright, so that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to try and paint my outline around this very thin in the black. I'm going to mix up the black first because this black acts very similar to the red to yellow. It's going to go black to nothing, so hopefully Salah's going to disappear and appear over the front of the boot here. Get my black thermal dust, and I need to get some, where are we, some neutral here. Might just mix it into this little pot here, make things easy. Grab one of these for scooping some in. So let's have a little look at the black here. Alright, so let's just see, I want just a tiny bit of this black to run off the paper. The idea is for most of it to be on the paper. Just giving myself an outline to play around with later. Alright, so it should be just a very thin outline. We're going to pop this off now and I'll see how well it went. If it didn't work out, I'm just going to have to freehand it. If it did work, then we can just lift it off and away we go. Cross your fingers for me. Alright, it's not dramatic, but you've got an idea, maybe? Just a little bit what that looks like. So I can move on and start colouring this in now. Just remember, I'm going to try and leave this at 11 in the middle, so let's just do a bit of him first. Alright, so I've put his squad number 11 onto these two bits of paper and just, well, bits of tape. I'm going to cut them out and then we'll attach them to the front of the boot. So that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. I'll put the other one on in a second. Remember, stay tuned because I'm going to reveal what the red at the back looks like when it goes yellow. Hopefully this is going to disappear. And also we need a little nod to the European Cup itself. We're going to try and get this Champions League trophy. Perhaps we'll pop it on the side here or something, and that's the last thing I'll do. And then obviously we've got to reveal what we're doing with the sole plate as well. So there's lots to go in this custom. Keep watching. Alright, so they should stay in place. We'll paint around those and then I can just peel them off afterwards. So back to the black. Really happy with that, and look, there's another little tease of what's going to happen with that colour change. It's going to look sick when that happens on here. Obviously there's Salah there too. Alright, so the last thing I want to do is put on this Champions League trophy. Oh look, there's a bit more. about that, eh? Boots that change colour when you warm hand touch them. Right, so we've got the Champions League trophy. I'm going to put that on this side here. What I've got is I cut myself out a little Champions League trophy. Now I've got it on some tape, and I'm going to attach that where I want it, which I think is going to be about here. Okay, next step will be to trace around this, and then we can fill it in pretty much the same as we did with our man Mo there. Alright, so let's trace this outline. Alright, let's peel that off and have a look how we're looking. Pretty decent. Got a solid outline of what we want there. So let me just grab my trophy, and now I've got to work out how to draw on this bit. This is going to be the tough bit, is this just this little area up and around here. Alright, now to fill it in. The question is, do we go with some silver paint or nail polish? We can go with this. Now I'm thinking I might do a base in this, and then I'll put this a little bit on top just to give it that little shimmery shine. So this is a sterling silver. I'm going to get the paintbrush out for that. Alright, so let's dive in with the silver for the trophy. Alright, so I'm super happy with my trophy, but I think it needs a little shine. So I'm just going to add a bit of this sparkling nail polish to achieve that. Alright, that's giving that a nice little sparkle. I'm not sure I'm going to go into the handles, they're just a bit too detailed. But I quite like that. We'll let that dry. And then we're going to move on to sorting out the sole plate and pretty much revealing this boot. So stick around and we'll show you exactly what this custom turns out to be.
Can't look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel it good. I feel it good. Oh, now I feel it good. We're bringing this back to life.
Right guys, so you've seen the boot now. Which is your preference? Do you prefer the black and white sole plate, or do you prefer the gold sole plate, that little extra bit of special on the boot? Obviously we've got the celebration. Let us know in the comments below any suggestions you want to see in future customizations. We'll try and do them, some big name players, maybe something else for the World Cup. It is coming soon. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of this. Let me know whether you prefer the black and white or the gold in the poll card. Have a vote in that now. Thanks for watching. Go enjoy your football.